Hello everyone. Now we will discuss moment area method. This is the semi-graphical method for determining the slope and deflection. So there are two theorems here. Those theorems are called as moment area theorems. So first moment area theorem relates about how to determine the slope at any point on the beam. These are also called as Moore's theorems because Moore has proposed these theorems. Now let us see first Moore's theorem number 1. What the Moore's theorem number 1 says is the change in slope between any 2 points is given by the area of the M by area diagram between those 2 points. So let us prove that now. First let us consider one elastic curve, say AB. The elastic curve means it is nothing but the deformed axis of the beam. Say it is the original axis. When it is loaded, it gets deformed like this, and this deformed shape or deformed axis we call it as elastic curve. This is also called as a deflection curve. Now let us take one deflection curve or deformed axis or elastic curve AB here, say at some distance. Now on this elastic curve, let us consider 2 points, say P and Q, at very small distance, say dx. So and then here we'll have, let us draw tangent at P. Now this will be the tangent at P, this will be the tangent at Q. The angle between the two tangents drawn at P and Q is, let it be d theta. This d theta is called as the change in slope between the points P and Q. That means the angle made by the two tangents drawn at P and Q is nothing but the change in slope between these 2 points. Now if you take this dx and if you extend this arc will meet at somewhere, say O dash. Let r be the radius of the curvature. Let the d theta be the angle subtended of this small arc at, say, center. Let us see here, this is the arc length dx, r is the radius, the angle subtended by this arc ds at the center, say this is, let me call it as, say, O dash, let it be d theta. Now as this dx is very small, this is the curve length here, as it is very small, even this horizontal distance of this curve length will be taken as dx itself. In this, as it is very small, the curve length and horizontal length will be taken as same. Now here, look at this. This is the small part dx. Radius of curvature of that is r. The angle subtended by the arc at the center is, say, d theta. Then from the geometry of the figure, you know that length of the arc is given by radius of that arc multiplied by angle subtended by the arc at the center. Therefore, length of the arc is here dx. Radius is r. The angle subtended by this arc at the center is, say, d theta here. Therefore, length of the r is equals to r into d theta. That is dx equals to r into d theta. Therefore, d theta is equals to, you will be getting 1 by r into dx. Now, d theta is equals to 1 by r into dx. Now, from bending theory, we know that m by I is equals to f by y is equals to e by r. Therefore, let us take these two, that is bending moment and r. M by I is equals to e by r. Therefore, 1 by r is equals to, you are going to get here m by r. Now, let us substitute the value of 1 by r from this relation. That is, what is 1 by r here? This will be m divided by ei into dx. M by ei into dx. What is d theta? I said d theta is nothing but the change in slope between the points P and Q. Now, to get the change in slope between, say, A and B, this is the expression for change in slope between the two points which are at very small distance, say, dx. To get the change in slope between these 2 points A and B, we have to integrate this between the limits A and B. Now you know that the change in slope, that is d theta, this is d theta is nothing but change in slope between these 2 points which is given by m by ei into dx. Look at this now. This is called m by ei diagram. What is m by ei diagram? The bending moment divided by ei. Means each ordinate of the bending moment diagram will be divided by ei here, and this diagram we call it as m by ei diagram. So if you see this expression m by ei into dx, so this ordinate, each ordinate is, say, m by ei into dx. Though it is a curved one here, as it is very small, we can take it as a straight line. So once if you take this as straight, this will become a rectangular block. Rectangular block width multiplied by depth is nothing but area of the rectangle. So here m by ei, this ordinate is m by ei into dx is nothing but area of the rectangle of this small tip. So what we can say here, the change in slope between any 2 points, say it is P and Q, is equals to the area of the M by ER diagram between those 2 points. Here it is the area of the Bennington diagram between P and Q. Now to get the change in slope between A and B, now you have to integrate this, that is the both sides d theta between the limits A and B, and this is also equals to, this is A and B, this is M by EI into dx. So this is now, this is the d theta is change in slope between P and Q. If you integrate between A and B, it gives you change in slope between the points A and B. So this total expression M by EI into dx is, M by EI into dx is only area of the Bennington M by EI diagram between P and Q. But if you integrate between A and B, this gives you area of the M by EI diagram between A and B. So this is nothing but change in slope. So it will be denoted by letters like this. It is theta BA. The integration, that is a change in slope between B and A. This is nothing but, so we can say it is what now is area of M by EI diagram. This is between the 2 points, that is A and B. This d theta is change in slope between small points, that is 2 points P and Q, which are at smaller distance. Now if you integrate this, will you change in slope between the points, that is A and B. This will be given by, this is nothing but, even you can write like this, it is the change in slope means theta B minus theta A. This is again area of the Bennington diagram, M by EI diagram between the points A and B. This is what the Morse first theorem. What the Morse first theorem says then? The change in slope between any 2 points, say here A and B, is equals to area of the M by EI diagram between the points, same points, that is A and B. This is what the proof of the Morse theorem number 1.